today from the town of Mooresville, and I am joined alongside Mr. Fire Marshal Jason Workman, aka Woody. How are you doing today?
Doing good. How are you, Brittany?
I'm good. I'm good. Glad to be here. It's been a minute, so um, maybe a little rusty. But that's okay.
That's right.
In true fashion, they always like to start with one good thing. So, what's your one good thing since last show?
Well, my one good thing is really I'm going to have to boast on the town a little bit.
Okay, we won't we
Um,
won't be upset about that.
I'm really I'm really proud of the town and how they really support our veterans,
Mm-hmm.
um, especially Richard's Coffee Shop. Give a shout
Yes.
out to them. Um, Coming from a military family, and my youngest boy served in the Marine Corps, and just to have an opportunity to recognize our veterans and what they have done for us to protect us and keep our country safe. I think
Absolutely.
I think the town has done an amazing job in highlighting that, especially on Veterans Day and even throughout the year on some other important
Yes.
military um, holidays and stuff that we have. So that's really my one good thing.
I agree too. I think one good thing going off the whole Veterans Day, even though it was rainy and cold and just not the best parade weather, it was nice to see a lot of people show up for
Oh
our
yeah,
veterans.
absolutely.
I was concerned just with how much it was raining right leading up to the parade. And then when I pulled into town, I was like, you know what, this is nice to see. There's a lot of people here. They're getting, their kids involved, which I think is really important too, just to make sure that, our kids understand the sacrifice that these men and women make by going and serving for our country. Several
That's
of
right.
our firefighters and police officers and other town employees are veterans. Some of them are actively serving right now as well. So it's nice to see that they showed up. And of course,
Yep.
we thank everybody for their service. And
We actually have one deployed right now in the Middle
correct.
East. So
Yes.
hopefully he comes home safe and
Yes. We are praying for him
make
to
it
come
back.
home safely back to his family and back to the town. So, all right. Well, speaking of town and jobs, we are actually hiring. We have several positions actually open right now for our public utilities department. So think water, sewer maintenance. Um, they're looking for some, several different positions. So we always say go to mooresvillenc.gov/HR and apply. These are perfect positions for all varying levels of skills. So anything from basic on up to skilled. Feel free to go to the website, apply. You never know, might be the right fit for you. There's also other jobs available, including police officer positions and various ones across our town.
That's right.
Not yet in
Always
fire.
hiring.
Not yet in fire, but we're getting there.
Yep, we're getting there.
Our next recruit class starts here in like 2 weeks.
November the 27th, I
Yes.
believe,
Yes.
is recruit class, I
18.
believe 18. That
Yes.
is right.
Yes. I will be there to take some photos and
We've come a long ways, Brittany.
I know. I know. It's crazy.
Yep.
This will be my third recruit class since I've started a year ago, so it'll be uh, it'll be nice to see another recruit class. And of course, as the department keeps growing and the town keeps growing, and we need more firefighters and officers to help keep us all safe. So
Yep.
if that
I'm
speaks to
I'm
y'all,
I'm one of the few that was had the opportunity to get hired on Mooresville when we only had two stations. I remember when Station 2 was built and we only had one station. And it was just 15 people,
yeah.
15 firefighters, and not counting administration. But
Hmm.
and then when Station 2 went online, we had another 15, so 30 firefighters, and now I think we're up to 124.
Yeah, it's a little over 120. So yeah, our next recruits will actually be graduating this week. So we're excited for that. And then they will be on the job starting November 27th as well. So
Yep,
it's a big day for the town and for them. So
that's right.
we wish them all the luck. But I want to introduce you and kind of get your background. I know you've been on the show a couple times now, and so people are a little familiar with you, but explain to me how you got into this position and, just really why you decided to become a fire marshal.
So early on in my career, well, even before I joined the fire service, I was one of those kids that really didn't know what direction I wanted to go in. Unfortunately, I could not go into the military due to some medical issues and was not able to. go through that. So I was speaking with my wife, and I was like, I'd like to do something, but I don't know really what to do.
Yeah.
And she actually, um, her one of her relatives was the chief of Shepherd's Fire Department back then. Bosco is what we called him,
Mm.
or that was his name. And so I went and spoke with the chief of Shepherds back in 1998 and joined in March of 98 and became a volunteer and started taking a few classes. And over a couple year period, once I got all my certification and training, I decided, this wouldn't be a really bad career. I
Yeah.
think I might like to do this. So during that transition and applying at some departments, because back then you had to have everything,
Mm.
all your certifications prior to applying,
Yeah.
and I started really dipping into the public education side of things, and I really enjoyed doing both. And I knew when I got hired at Mooresville, my end goal was eventually be a fire marshal, or at least be in the fire marshal's office
Mm.
when I retire. And so I kind of planned ahead and started working toward certifications that would set me up for success or to put me in that position to achieve what I wanted to achieve in my
Smart.
career. So, and that's something we try to encourage the recruits, don't look
Yeah.
at today, don't look at tomorrow, look at 20, 30 years down the road. Where do
Yeah.
you want to be when you retire, and start working toward that now? Because if you wait till it's too late,
It's too
you'll
late.
never
Yeah.
you'll never make it. So I started getting into that code enforcement, public education, and one thing led to another. And obviously, it takes time. This type of career don't happen overnight. Obviously, it takes a long time
Yeah.
to get into this position. And then finally, a couple years ago, I was afforded the opportunity to be the fire marshal of Mooresville Fire and Rescue.
That's awesome. We appreciate you. I know it's
Absolutely.
busy, especially as the town grows. And, obviously right now we have a burn ban going on in the state and locally. So that's keeping you guys somewhat busy.
It is. And one thing I wanted to provide the listeners to understand that this burn ban is from the western part of North Carolina to the edge of Iredell County and Rowan County line. It is not in effect anything east of Iredell County. So please keep that in mind. That's
Yeah.
only from Iredell County west, the burn
Yes.
ban's in effect.
And that burn ban includes fire pits. We want to make sure we stress that. Any recreational burning, like fire pits. I know it's that perfect time for
I
fire pit
know,
weather,
I know.
but you don't want to mess with fire today. It's
Yes,
not worth it.
not with the drought.
Not at all. Well, we will be back here in just a few moments on WSIC 844 Studio 4 if you have a question.
There's more of the Hometown Hour with Megan Suber, Communications and Marketing Director for the town of Mooresville, on the way from WSIC.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. Santa's coming to town. Come out to Birkdale Village from 2 to 7 p.m. this Saturday, the 18th. WSIC will be broadcasting live from the event. Activity Row, Birkdale on Ice, beer garden, dance performances, and the tree lighting parade. Dance away the end of the night with live music this Saturday. The fun begins at 2 p.m. and the tree lighting ceremony starts at 6. For more info, visit birkdalevillage.com. It is the last weekend of the season for the Davidson Farmers Market. Come out and enjoy the wonderful local vendors. Saturday from 9 until noon, the last weekend of the year for Davidson Farmers Market. For more info, visit davidsonfarmersmarket.org. Hit songs from the 1950s will have you wanting to boogie all night long. The Winter Dance Party, this Saturday night, Charles Mack Citizen Center. Doors open at 6. For more info and to purchase tickets, visit ourtownstage.com. Mike Ferris and the Fortunate Few are coming to Kane Center for the Arts this Saturday. Mike Ferris is a Dove Award winning artist. Americana, rock, blues, and gospel. Come enjoy a fun night of great music. Mike Ferris and the Fortunate Few this Saturday. Doors open at 7 p.m. kanearts.org. Have an event you would like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
The Renaissance Festival is back Saturdays and Sundays now through November 19th. Jousting nights, mermaids, fairies, dragons, oh my! Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com while supplies last.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. Mostly sunny skies through the rest of the afternoon. That high temperature will be getting up near 66 degrees. Slight breeze around 5 to 8 miles per hour. Into the evening and overnight hours, we'll have mostly cloudy skies. That low temperature yet again going to be under 40 degrees. We're at 38 degrees tonight. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
Non-stop Christmas music.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
WSIC.
Call now to speak with Megan Suber, Communications and Marketing Director for the town of Mooresville at 844-STUDIO-4. It's the Hometown Hour on WSIC.
Welcome back to Hometown Hour on WSIC. I'm Brittany, Communications and Marketing Specialist for the town of Mooresville, alongside Fire Marshal Workman. We were just talking a little bit about that burn ban before we went to commercial there, and just want to remind people that is in effect for those living in Iredell County and those living in Mooresville specifically. No recreational burning. That includes fire pits, even though it's that perfect fall weather for a fire pit.
I know, it's
Don't
sad.
do it. It is. It's not worth it. We haven't had enough rain lately to really not worry about that stuff right now.
Yeah,
so.
and the key thing is, you know, with the humidity and the drought, the fire can spread so quickly. You
Yes.
know, just last week, and I haven't heard any updates, but they had a large wildland fire up in the mountains, and they lost several homes to that. So
Yes.
it don't take much.
Lost several homes. A lot of acres were burned. So just don't do it. It's not worth it.
I know.
It's unfortunate, but if you want to, you know, do a rain dance out there, feel free. But until we get some more rain, it's in effect.
Yeah, and don't try to bring it in the house.
Yeah, don't bring a fire in the house, please. Thank you. Well, all right. Well, we are going to get to a caller, actually. Go ahead, caller. What's your name?
Hi, my name's Ronnie.
Hi, Ronnie.
How you doing, Woody?
Hey, doing good, Ronnie. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. Guys, I just want to tell you, Woody's being very modest. He's really worked hard to get where he is, and not to take the spotlight off of him, but the entire fire department, most of the guys that are officers and like our fire chief, he started out as a volunteer with Marshal as well, and I'm very proud of that young man as well. He worked up from a volunteer to the fire chief, just like Woody worked up from a volunteer to his fire marshal position. These things take a lot of dedication and a long time to get to. Just our battalion chiefs, they're local people, and I just want to throw a shout out to those guys because we do have a great fire department in Mooresville, and we should all be very proud of them.
Absolutely. Well, Ronnie, we thank you. And remember, you need to give me a call. I got to get you.
Are you in Statesville or are you in Huntersville?
I am in Huntersville, but I got your Woody doll. I got your Woody doll set
I
aside.
appreciate it. I know, brother. I'm trying to catch that with you. I will one day. You guys have a good day. Thanks a
Thank
lot.
You
for
too. Thank
calling.
you, Ronnie.
Yes, I agree, y'all. It is a lot of work. Just in the year that I've been with the town and helping cover, you know, different events and social media for the fire department, it is a lot of work.
It is. It's a lot of
is not just
training, a lot of
Fighting
hours.
a fire, not just responding to a car crash. There's a lot that goes into being a firefighter, and then especially those who choose to have, you know, take the specialty track of whether it's drones
Oh,
or,
my goodness, it's so much.
you know, search and rescue.
You know, when I
just-
first started, it wasn't nothing like this.
Yeah,
I mean, you just showed up, rode the truck, went to fires and wrecks, and that's it.
yeah.
And now, man, all the stuff that we got and the training, the certifications.
Mhm.
It's a lot of hours. It's a lot of time away from home too.
Yes.
Because some of these classes are, weeks, 2 weeks long, and takes you away from your family. So it's a lot of dedication and commitment that has to be there in order to get us to where we're at.
And it's not just training for those of you listening to become a firefighter or to keep your certifications or to become better at whatever it is. A lot of times, you guys also do, for example, Hazmat does training with neighboring cities and towns and fire departments so that when they do respond to something major and they come together on a scene, there's already some sort of like a flow or a
Yep.
plan in place. They know how each one operates, and it's a lot smoother than just showing up on the scene and trying to figure out, well, you're the lead, no, you're the lead, why don't you do this? I mean, there's a lot of things that go into
Yeah, it's a lot of
onto
footwork.
this. Yeah, a lot. Well, next week, I don't know if you heard, Santa's coming to town.
Nice.
I know, I'm just kidding. Favorite elf movie there. But that means Christmas parade on Tuesday, 3 to 5 in downtown. While the town does not coordinate the parade, we, of course, will be participating in it. So police, fire will all be there. And that means if that's Tuesday, Thursday is Thanksgiving. So we're almost to a holiday.
That's right.
Exciting.
And one of the busiest times of the year for the fire department.
That it is.
We have unfortunately, we experience quite a few fires, not just in Mooresville, but across the country from Thanksgiving accidents involving turkey fryers and deep fryers.
Yes.
So we got a video going to be posting soon.
Out in a couple days.
A turkey frying video, safety video for everyone to watch. Please, if you haven't followed us right now, make sure you go on your social media platforms and follow Mooresville Fire and Rescue in the town of Mooresville. We always are trying to get some good, important information out to the general public, so spread the word on that. But some of the biggest issues we have are, really unattended cooking, and it kind of goes back to the number one cause of home fires throughout the country is cooking fires, cooking-related fires. And a lot of it has to do with improper cooking techniques or just simply unattended
Walking by.
cooking.
Yeah. The doorbell rings, your kid calls for something.
It
your
don't
pet
take
needs-
much to get distracted.
Yeah.
But with Thanksgiving coming up, we want to try to put out some safety information to let our listeners know that one of the biggest thing is when you go to set your turkey fryer up, make sure it's on a sturdy level surface.
Yes. You don't want all that oil to tip.
No.
Trust me, that would not be good.
No, and make sure you put the correct amount of oil in the pot and the right kind of oil. Because if you
Yes.
put the wrong kind of cooking oil in, it could
Game
be
over.
disastrous.
Yeah. Very.
And then once you fill it up, if you're unsure how much oil it takes, you could always fill your pot up with water first and check the levels. And then you want to make sure your turkey is completely thawed.
Yes.
And
please.
the bag on the inside of the turkey is removed.
Yeah, that's a good reminder. A lot of people forget that.
Yeah,
I know it's gross, but
yeah. Make sure the turkey is just a turkey, and make sure it's completely thawed. And if you happen to put a frozen turkey in hot cooking oil, it will spill over and flash fire will occur.
Yep.
And cause a major fire to occur. So we don't want that.
and you definitely don't want to put that turkey fryer anywhere close within a 10-foot
No.
radius of your house, your garage.
The
when
further
you,
away, the better.
Yes, because when those
Absolutely.
flames do spark, if you're
And-
close to a house, I mean, it's going to catch your siding on melt your siding, catch something on fire. It's just not worth it.
Yeah, and that
for a
video,
turkey.
in the video that we made, is a good example of how large that fire can become, and how widespread it can get outside that 10-foot area. So 10 feet may not be enough,
Yep.
Especially if you got combustibles close by and stuff like that. So you want to
Yep.
make sure it's a good distance away from your home, garage, shed, And definitely, even if the weather's bad, under no circumstances should you put your turkey fryer in your garage.
Yeah, please don't do that. It just
Oh,
spells disaster before you even drop the turkey and set it all
yeah,
up.
it
Just
is
don't do it.
not good. It is not good.
Another thing not to do not put water on a grease fire.
No, absolutely
You
not.
think like, oh, okay, the firefighters come, they spray their water on a fire, but that is not, grease and water don't mix. Just
No,
don't do
it
it.
does not. And it's a challenge for firefighters, even with flammable liquids and grease fires, even though we're flowing much more water, it could still spread. It
Yeah.
takes a lot of water to overcome that fire and to extinguish it. So also make sure you have a good sized fire extinguisher in your home. I know they sell the 3-pound fire extinguishers, but based on my experience and with the fires that I've seen, I would not go no less than a 5-pound ABC fire extinguisher. And make sure it's readily available anytime you're cooking, whether it's indoors or outdoors.
And another thing, make sure you have smoke detectors or smoke alarms in your house. We actually just got a message this morning from a woman asking, I need to replace mine. Where can I go? So you can go to pretty much any retailer, Lowe's, Home Depot, Target, Walmart,
That's right.
Ace Hardware, anything like that. They sell them on Amazon. And another important thing when you are replacing those, you want to check how those smoke alarms are powered. Some of them are hardwired, some are just strictly batteries.
Yep.
So you want to make sure you're checking all of that when you go to order or buy a new one.
And if you get them and you're unsure how to install them or you need assistance, call your local fire department. If you happen to live in Mooresville, you can call any fire station and we'll get somebody out there to you. And if you happen to live outside the city, do the same thing. Call your local volunteer department. We'll get somebody out there and we'll definitely help you out getting those installed because we want you to be safe.
Yes.
Especially, with Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up.
And we did a post a couple weeks ago, but in the last 2 months, I think we've had at least 2, if not 3, fire situations where people actually used fire extinguishers,
yes.
like neighbors
That's
use
right.
fire extinguishers or the sprinkler system like that release some
Yeah,
stuff out.
so I'm going to take the opportunity real quick. I know, we're kind of short on time, but I'm going to promote home fire sprinklers a little bit because in conjunction with fire sprinklers and smoke alarms and fire extinguishers, it drastically reduces injuries and death, not only to the occupants, but for firefighters. If you're interested in learning more about home fire sprinklers, go to Home Fire Sprinklers Association website, check them out, look at the information, and if you have questions, give us a call in the fire marshal's office. We'll be glad to talk to you and provide you with some more information.
Yeah, give us a call. You can message us on Facebook or Instagram, Mooresville Fire Rescue. We are glad to help you answer any questions or tackle any concerns that you may have, especially ahead of the holiday season really beginning.
I know. It's
Deep
already
fryer
here.
turkey may taste good,
That's right.
but is it worth the potential issue?
I know.
Especially with the burn ban in place. Maybe just not. We skip it this year, maybe.
Oh, I don't know. That food's so good.
I don't know. Just be careful. But we will be back here in just a few minutes. 844 Studio 4.
More of the Hometown Hour with Megan Suber, Communications and Marketing Director for the town of Mooresville, coming up on WSIC.
Folks, Randy Marion sells vehicles the King of Price way, but did you know our service department? We service vehicles the King of Price way. We sell tires, we sell brakes, we sell batteries, we sell the maintenance. We help you keep your vehicle on the road safe, ready to drive, whatever the season is. Randy Marion service departments have you covered. Come see us today because, folks, again, we sell the King of Price way and we do service the King of Price way.
King of Price, RandyMarionStatesville.com.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. Mostly sunny skies through the rest of the afternoon. That high temperature will be getting up near 66 degrees. Slight breeze around 5 to 8 miles per hour. Into the evening and overnight hours, we'll have mostly cloudy skies. That low temperature yet again going to be under 40 degrees. We're at 38 degrees tonight. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
Hey folks, Justin Kazepis, owner of WSIC and host of Good Morning LKN. Terminix has been locally owned and operated in the Carolinas for more than 75 years. WSIC trusts Terminix for pest control, and you should too. Visit trustterminix.com to get started today.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
The Statesville Family YMCA reminds you that older adults and those with chronic health conditions don't need to feel they must accept impaired balance and limited mobility. Build strength, improve balance, and gain confidence in your mobility through the Moving for Better Balance program. For questions and additional information, email C. Mullins at ymcanwnc.org.
Fern Hill Baptist Church is a traditional, fundamental congregation located in Troutman. Hear them Sunday mornings at 8:15 here on WSIC. Listen on demand, WSICFM.com.
The Hometown Hour continues now. Here's your host, Megan Suber, Communications and Marketing Director for the town of Mooresville on WSIC.
Welcome back, everybody, to Hometown Hour. I'm Brittany from the town of Mooresville alongside Fire Marshal Woody. Welcome back, everybody. So we talked about Thanksgiving last block here. And obviously, you know, if you experience a fire on Thanksgiving, call 911. While the town offices may be closed, all 6 fire stations are open, ready to go. Doesn't matter. When in doubt, call 911.
That's right.
So my next question for you, this is a big debate all over TikTok and social media. Are you a decorate your Christmas tree before or after Thanksgiving?
Oh,
Do you start
Lord.
decorating? Do you set it up? What do you do?
You can't ask me that question.
Why?
Because that's my wife question. Because she started November the 1st, the day
I like
after
her.
Halloween.
I like it. I waited until that weekend.
Typically, you know, growing up, it was always after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
The week after Thanksgiving is when we took care of it. But
I
my
think
wife
COVID
celebrates year-round.
changed. Like, I love Christmas. Christmas is my absolute favorite holiday. It is like a season to me. Like, my Christmas tree is up. Currently, it's a fake one. So, you know, no worries there. But I won't decorate it until after Thanksgiving. But it's up and it turns on, like, it's pre-lit. So, you know, I turn it on every night and my Christmas decorations are up. But
It's bittersweet for me.
yeah.
December is my favorite time of the year, but it's also bittersweet because I spend so much money on presents and stuff like that. And
I know.
Then you spend the rest of the next year recovering
I
from
know.
all of that food and then the money, and then you
Yeah.
prepare to do it all over again.
You know, when I transitioned, like, got my license here in North Carolina several years ago, I made the stupid decision of doing it at the beginning of January. So, obviously, my taxes, my property taxes are due in early in January, and also this year my license expires. So we're just really going strong on the money expenses this Christmas season. So, you know, it's fine. But I bring up Christmas decorating because a lot of people on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook have really started to express like they're decorating early. And so we want to tell people, you know, when it comes to decorating, just be smart. We want you to, you know, celebrate.
Yeah, you know, we don't see a whole lot of, well, we see fires during all the holidays, but we don't see as many fires involving like decorations and Christmas trees as we used to.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of your artificial trees have become more prominent now than traditional live trees, which were, oh my God, it was like having a tree of gasoline in your home.
Yeah. We always
You
had
know,
a
for the whole month.
live Christmas tree growing up until I was like, oh my gosh, in my mid-20s. I came home for Christmas and I was living in a different state at the time and came home and I was like, what the heck is this? And my parents had a fake tree up and I was like,
Yeah.
this is weird.
You know,
But now I love it.
and it's crazy because, you know, until you're in the fire service or have seen videos of it, you really don't know the hidden dangers behind,
Yeah.
you know, some of these Christmas trees, especially the real ones. And people not watering them, keeping them hydrated
Yeah.
because they dry out
You have to water them every day. At
every
least
day.
once a day.
You would not believe the amount of water that these trees soak up.
Yes. That was always my responsibility as a kid growing up. Every night I had to water the Christmas tree. And actually in college, I had a roommate who bought like a little live Christmas tree. And I had to explain so many times that you have to water it every day because
Check it
will
every day.
catch
Oh my
fire.
goodness.
It'll dry out. The lights will catch on fire.
Yeah.
It's a bad combination. Like you have to water it every day. And if you have a dog, like don't let them drink that water either. That's not good.
No. And you know, also, you know, when you're decorating these trees, you know, especially with the lights and stuff, making sure you ain't got spliced or frayed wiring on your
Yes.
Christmas lights because you got electricity running through it. And if your tree's dried out and you're not careful, you can have a fire in your home unexpectedly. And you know, a lot of times we see this more often than Christmas tree fires, but fires involving candles.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
We love a good smelling house, but not a smelling house that then catches fire.
I'm definitely, since I have the opportunity, I'm gonna go ahead and tell everyone, if you got little teacup candles, if you're going to use them, please make sure they're in a protected cover so they don't tip over or get knocked out or knocked off somewhere on the floor or whatever,
Yeah.
or on something that is solid and cannot burn with protecting siding, because when those candles burn out, they can. I've seen it. They'll actually explode.
Yeah.
When they get down too low and on a certain surface, they'll pop and they'll blow out onto the floor. We just a year and a half ago, we experienced 2 fires involving little teacup candles. So if you're going to use candles, please make sure that you're using them responsibly. Make sure they're protected from being knocked over and accidentally, you know, falling over. And never leave them unattended. Blow them out before you go to bed or before you leave your home.
Yes. And, you know, we talked a little bit ago about a video for Thanksgiving turkey frying and what can go wrong. And we have filmed a couple of different ones for Christmas. And I don't want to spoil the one that's like our best video. It's going to come out, I think it's like the Saturday after Thanksgiving. So make sure if you follow us, for any reason,
Definitely.
you follow us for this one.
Yeah.
But when I was, you know, scouring for some different video to use in our video, the amount of time it takes for a Christmas tree to catch fire and completely burn is like less than 5 minutes.
Oh,
Like it's crazy.
Yeah, it is scary crazy. And that just goes to show it. Once you see this video that we're going to be sharing here at the end of the month, just imagine trying if you're in bed asleep.
Yeah.
And the time it takes for the smoke alarm to activate.
Smoke alarm to activate, you to be coherent enough to realize what's happening.
Especially if you have bedrooms on the second floor.
Yes.
Because the first floor is going to be full of smoke. And now it goes back to pre-planning, having 2 ways out of your home.
Yes.
And escape ladders for, you know, residents that have bedrooms on the second floor. So if you don't have an escape ladder, or if you want to learn more about them, please call our office. We'll be glad to talk to you about them. But all your hardware stores, they do sell those, which are pretty convenient. They come in different shapes and sizes and installation requirements. Some are just simple as you take out the closet, hang on the windowsill, and climb down.
And another thing too, when it comes to, especially if you have bedrooms on the second floor, really bedrooms anywhere, but especially on the second floor, it amazes me how many people don't know that you should sleep with the door closed, not
Yes.
open.
And that was a myth for many years that, well, you leave your door open in case something happens. That way you can smell it and all this stuff. Well, you can't smell a lot of this stuff. And if you're in a deep sleep, you will never wake up. Carbon monoxide is a byproduct of fire. And when it's in the air, you can't see, smell, or taste carbon monoxide. And it's a bad combination.
And sometimes that door also is kind of acts like a barrier between you
It
and the
does.
fire, providing you a little bit more safety or a little bit more time to escape.
That's right, it does. And, we teach our young kids, if the smoke alarm's going off, excuse me, to fill the door with the back of your hands. And if it's hot or warm, don't open it. And if it's cool and cold and you open it and you see smoke, close the door. That is your safety barrier. It provides you time to be able to get out and escape or to get somebody's attention to get help.
And a good way, I remember, you've talked about it and a couple other firefighters. If there's a fire in your house and the bedroom door is shut, a good way to figure out how close that fire is to kind of put your hand on the door and feel just how hot it is.
That's right.
If it's
Never use the
extremely
bottom
hot-
of your hand.
Yeah.
Yep, because your bottom of your hands are a lot more sensitive. So you want to use the back of your hand to check that door to make sure, because you may need the palms of your hands to escape.
Yeah.
And you don't. It's real sensitive and it's real susceptible to burns.
We kind of talked about this a little bit ago, but when it comes to decorating, a lot of people, decorate with Christmas tree lights. Then you have the lights outside, the blow ups. That's a whole other subject, but the blow ups, different variations of decorations. But at the end of the day, the biggest thing is when you go to bed, turn them off, power them off, whatever it may be. When you leave your house, same thing. And if you light a candle, blow it out before you leave or go to bed.
And please don't overload circuits.
Yes.
Extension cords can be bad because you think just because you got an extension cord and it's got 10 outlets on it, that don't mean you can plug 10 things up on it. You can overload a circuit quickly. So make sure that if your breaker's tripping because every time you cut something on, that's a clue telling you need to unplug something because the breaker's doing its job. You're overloading that circuit, and that could cause a fire.
And don't plug appliances into extension cords.
No.
Like they need to go directly into the outlet.
That is correct.
A lot of people think no big deal, but last year we saw actually a fire with I think it was a refrigerator.
Yep.
That was plugged into an extension cord of some type and ended up starting a fire.
That's right. Sure did.
All right. Well, when we come back, we're going to talk about what's going on in the town of Mooresville coming up here in the next few weeks, including that Christmas parade as well as Classic Christmas. If you have questions, 844-STUDIO-4. We'll be right back.
More of the Hometown Hour with Megan Suber, Communications and Marketing Director for the town of Mooresville, coming up on WSIC.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Santa's coming to town. Come out to Birkdale Village from 2 to 7 p.m. this Saturday, the 18th. WSIC will be broadcasting live from the event. Activity Row, Birkdale on Ice, beer garden, dance performances, and the tree lighting parade. Dance away the end of the night with live music this Saturday. The fun begins at 2 p.m. and the tree lighting ceremony starts at 6. For more info, visit birkdalevillage.com. It is the last weekend of the season for the Davidson Farmers Market. Come out and enjoy the wonderful local vendors. Saturday from 9 until noon, the last weekend of the year for Davidson Farmers Market. For more info, visit davidsonfarmersmarket.org. Hit songs from the 1950s will have you wanting to boogie all night long. The Winter Dance Party, this Saturday night, Charles Mack Citizen Center. Doors open at 6. For more info and to purchase tickets, visit ourtownstage.com. Mike Ferris and the Fortunate Few are coming to Kane Center for the Arts this Saturday. Mike Ferris is a Dove Award-winning artist. Americana, rock, blues, and gospel. Come enjoy a fun night of great music. Mike Ferris and the Fortunate Few, this Saturday. Doors open at 7 p.m., kanearts.org. Have an event you would like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
The Renaissance Festival is back Saturdays and Sundays now through November 19th. A non-stop outdoor family adventure. Huzzah! Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com while supplies last.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. Mostly sunny skies through the rest of the afternoon. That high temperature will be getting up near 66 degrees. Slight breeze around 5 to 8 miles per hour. Into the evening and overnight hours, we'll have mostly cloudy skies. That low temperature yet again going to be under 40 degrees. We're at 38 degrees tonight. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
We elves try to stick to the 4 main food groups: candy, candy canes, candy corns, and syrup.
Non-stop Christmas music on Thanksgiving Day.
The Hometown Hour continues now. Here's your host, Megan Suber, Communications and Marketing Director for the town of Mooresville on WSIC.
All right, welcome back to Hometown Hour. Thanks for joining us. That last commercial, I did a little semi-rendition of that a little bit ago, but that's one of my favorite movies, Christmas. Santa, I know him. I don't want to scream it too loud, but if you're a fan of Christmas music or a fan of Christmas in general, maybe movies, or you feel like you're in the holiday spirit, the Mooresville Christmas Parade is actually this upcoming Tuesday, so a week from today, downtown, 3 to 5 p.m. Make sure you get your chairs out there early.
Oh, most people do. I'm talking about there's some dedicated people.
Last year I showed up to Town Hall, right? I had to be there early that day. I think I was there at like 7:45, 8 a.m., right? And I pull in and I'm like, nuh-uh. There were chairs lined up down Main Street already at like 7:45 in the morning.
Yeah, I think some of the earliest I've seen is just a little bit after 5 a.m.
Yeah. If you want a prime spot,
oh yeah,
wake up, set an alarm. You better get there early because people don't mess around with that parade. They really don't.
No, they love their spots.
They do. And while we, the town, do not organize the parade, it's actually a Mooresville Christmas Parade Committee organization that does it. Obviously, fire and police will be participating in it. And we are excited to see Santa. I hear he's coming for a visit that day. So you better be on your best behavior, you know?
I know.
And if that is not enough Christmas for you, we have our annual A Classic Christmas on December 8th. This is our last 150th signature event for the year, which is crazy. Can't believe we're almost at the end of the year. But that is December 8th, starting at 5 p.m. along Main Street and down into Liberty Park a little bit. We just put on social media last night on the 150th Facebook page more details about what all will be there. So check that out. Figure out what your kids may want to do this year. And then we have a library speaker series. Last one is this week, November 16th. So that is Thursday at 6 p.m. at the main library. Charlie Levitt is the author. So if you're interested in that, make sure you do that. Also, you might have seen on our social media pages, Jason, Downtown Streetscape has gotten a lot of comments and a lot of different ideas from people. We're looking, it's a long process, but we're just starting the process of really trying to see what people would love to see along Main Street and in and around that area. And so actually the MFR drone team last week flew over downtown for us so we could get some video. And we created a little reel on Facebook and Instagram that really explains what the streetscape is. And if that is something that you're interested in, we suggest watching it on there. But also there's a workshop tomorrow and Thursday at Town Hall. So if you go to Town of Mooresville Facebook or Instagram pages, you will find all the information on there. But
And I'll be there.
yeah, oh, will you be?
Yeah, I got a meeting dealing with that tomorrow at 2:30.
Perfect.
So we'll be kind of discussing some of those topics and some ideas that they're wanting to bring, and of course, fire marshal's office involved to make sure that everything's safe and kosher and we don't have any issues. So
Some ideas have been closing Main Street off and kind of
Yeah.
creating a walkable space for people, kind of like what you would see in New York City almost, and some other towns around North Carolina, but closing it off to cars and being a pedestrian only area, being able to go out there and eat lunch or do different activities and play. So that's just, some of the ideas people have suggested. But again, that workshop is tomorrow and Thursday at Town Hall. There will be town staff there, like Jason said, consultants. It's a drop-in kind of a meeting, or workshop, so you don't have to come at a certain time. And if you can attend that, we do have a survey that you can take, mooresvillenc.gov/streetscape. You can go in and provide your feedback. We'd love to hear about it. We know a lot of people have given their feedback so far, so
I know
keep bringing it.
The only thing I could say is encourage you and family and friends to be involved with the town and these town events, especially with the streetscape, because the more you're involved, the more input you have. It really helps the town make a good decision on what the community wants.
What the people want, yeah.
Exactly. And the more you're involved, and it don't even necessarily have to be with this, but the more you're involved in general with the town and what's happening with the town, you got to get out there.
Yeah.
Let your voice be heard.
Yeah, this is one more way. We always encourage people to attend Board of Commissioner meetings, planning board meetings. I know that's a big one too. They have a meeting, I believe, this week, maybe today. So, attend those meetings. Get your voice out there. Let us know what your thoughts are. If, you have an idea for the downtown streetscape, let us know on social media. Again, that survey is online. You can find information about that survey on our website as well as our social media accounts. We created a little reel. Our Will Washam from our planning department actually helped us create that.
Yep.
So he came to us with a great idea and we helped him execute it, and I think it turned out pretty good. So we'll see. But let us know your thoughts. We also have a free car seat check coming up next month, a couple more weeks on December 6th. That'll be at Station 5. Mooresville Fire Rescue Station 5. That's right across the street from the police department, for those of you that are familiar with that area. And we have a couple more of those coming up throughout 2024. We like to tell people, it's always good to get them checked. You may think you have your car seat installed correctly, and you may not. Or it may be too loose and you don't realize it. Let our police and firefighters, make sure that your car seat is safe and your child is safe, because these roads are busy, and especially with the holiday season coming up, the last thing you want to do is not have a properly installed car seat for your kid.
And obviously with the congestion and everything else we have around the town, the accidents, you're more prone to be in an accident, and you always want to make sure your kids are safe.
It's free. So it doesn't,
That's right.
all you got to do is drop in. It takes, I think I clocked it last week for several cars, like 7-8 minutes max.
No, it don't take long at all.
So just a few minutes, and I think that it was 8 minutes for like 2 car seats that day, in the same vehicle. So it doesn't take long. We have plenty of officers and firefighters on staff there to help you. Again, that's December 6th at Fire Rescue Station 5, there across the street from the police department. We'll be posting some more information about that in the next few days here, if you didn't catch all of that. And there will be more inspections, of course, next year. But a lot going on. Bottom line, we just want people to be safe, enjoy the holidays responsibly and smartly. Fire smart, right?
That's right.
It's
can't never be too safe.
No, especially when you got turkeys, deep fryers, and Christmas decorations.
Yeah, it can be a lot. It can be overwhelming, but
Yeah.
it's also a good time of the year too.
It is. It's one of my
It's a great
favorite times. I'm not a Thanksgiving fan. I know. I can hear the booze already and the shock.
I'm a food fan. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm just not a turkey fan. I'm a ham person, but I don't know. Thanksgiving's never been my favorite. It's one of my least favorites. It's my dad's favorite. So I always, try not to poo-poo it too much, but Christmas is where it's at.
The gifts.
And not even that, just the spirit, the decorations. Like, I don't know, it just makes me so happy. You know?
It always, Christmas to me, it always, like the movies, you know, you
Yeah.
always want to hope that it snows on Christmas.
What's your favorite movie? Christmas movie, I should say.
Well, I'm
I
going
think I know
out
this
there.
answer.
I'm going out there.
All right.
National Lampoons, baby.
It's a good one.
Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation.
Absolutely. That is, to me, that's the classic for me.
Yeah.
But my number 2 is The Christmas Story.
Yep, that's a good one. Have you seen the second one?
Yeah, I have when it first came out.
Yep.
I didn't think it was quite as good as the first one.
No.
'Cause the first is,
The
it's
first
classic.
is classic. You can't compete with a classic like
That's
that.
right.
No.
So those are my 2 favorite movies. I enjoy watching those each and every year, growing up. And
Those are my
it's
favorites.
always a tradition.
Love Elf. Santa Claus movies. Love the
I-
Santa Claus movies.
Oh, yeah, I watch them all.
1 and 2 are my favorite, though, because that's when it was, like, really the nostalgic kind of a movie I feel like we all grew up with. Now they're, like, all animated, and there's so much going on, but...
Yeah, all that CGI stuff. It's not as
Yeah.
fun anymore.
Yeah, but I don't want to give the surprise away about one of our videos that's coming out. But hint is that it involves one of Jason's favorite movies. So
That's right. It does.
you'll find out
Hey, and
after Thanksgiving.
yes, right. Hey, and don't forget to tell them about Black Friday.
Yes. So Town Hall and other facilities are closed on Thanksgiving and Black Friday. So we can spend time with our families. You all can spend time with your families. That does not mean that if there's an emergency, we're not available. Police and fire are staffed both days, 24/7. Good to go. Doesn't matter where you live in the town.
Always here and waiting.
Always here. We'll be back open that following Monday. And that's actually when recruit class
I know.
the
Right
next
off
recruit
the
class
bat.
starts, and our newest recruits graduating this week will be going to work then too. So next couple weeks, between
and-
different events and things happening around town.
I think the next recruit class, when they start on the 27th, they should be wrapping up and be going on trucks around middle of May of next year. So it's a long process, but
6 months, yeah.
but we try to get them trained up, ready to go, so they're ready to answer the call whenever you need us.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. I think their graduation is actually this
week?
Thursday.
Yes, I have to finish their graduation video
Yeah, they got-
once I'm done here today. So yeah,
I know them guys have worked hard. They're
They have.
excited.
guys and girls.
Yep, that's right. And we, if I'm not mistaken, we got another female in the
Yes.
next recruit class,
Yes.
which is outstanding.
And if I remember correctly, I think her name is also Brittany. So
It is.
we like that
It
name,
sure is.
But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for, to see, Mooresville Fire Rescue continue to grow. I know police is continuing to grow just like the town is. Bottom line, we're here to serve and protect. And just because it's a holiday doesn't mean you shouldn't call 911.
That's right.
But we wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving,
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, all of the celebrations, Happy Kwanzaa.
And happy Fa-ra-ra.
Have a good day, y'all.
The new 105.9, 100.7 WSI.